looking back on the first coming of Jesus and looking forward to the second coming. Our specific theme in this Advent season is on darkness and light. You have started to share the story of the tragic loss of your sister-in-law. We left off last time with how difficult it was, obviously, to break the news to your wife, and yet how you felt God present with you in that, both in you delivering the message to Andrea and then her being able somehow to receive that.
Those initial days after someone passes, they're a blur. What is time in that moment? Like, you're too busy to grieve. Everybody is coming at you. You're seeing people that you've not seen before. And like, you want to be happy to see them, but at the same time, you just lost your sister or your brother or whoever it is. And it's not until you get home when you start to deal with the why. Specifically with a thing like suicide, right? Why did this happen? Why didn't we listen more? Why didn't we choose to go see her last Sunday? Why did God let this happen? Why did he take her and not me? Probably the loudest. Why would she do this to herself?
The world actually is dark. And Matthew 4 says, the people living in darkness, quoting Isaiah 9, have seen a great light. So we live in a broken world. We did back then, we do now. The world is very broken, even though it also has beauty in it.
If you know Andrea, you know that she's had a previous and significant struggle with mental health. I remember how afraid she was of her own mind in that experience. This big why drove her right back into that place. I know she saw a lot of her own struggle in Shelby's passing and realized again the why was creeping in. You know, one of the medications that she's on is the same one that Shelby was on, and that terrified her. Because like, what if it happens to me? What do I do? It's in those moments that we kind of came together.
We can't fix our problem on our own. Matthew 4 continues, the people living in darkness have seen a great light. Upon those living in the land of the shadow of death, a light has dawned. God has come from the outside to bring us something, to bring us healing and hope that we can't achieve on our own.
I remember the Sunday after Shelby's passing, we all went to her church in Kalamazoo. They were holding a memorial service that was different than the funeral service, and they were also the church that was hosting her funeral service. The church was filled with her family and friends, just filled. And the pastor told stories about her impact and everything that she had done for the church and her investment in the community. It was and is still inspiring, and honestly made me wonder if someone that takes their own life could see somehow their own impact, would it change their mind? Heard Andrea's mom tell this story of a vision she had during the last praise song. Hymn of Heaven, I believe, is what they were singing. And she's telling the stories like, as they were singing that, she saw Shelby at the moment of her death. And she saw angels around her and just usher her straight into heaven so that she didn't feel any pain, so that she could immediately be reunited with Jesus.
Wow.
When we were driving home, Andre and I said, your mom was talking about how she saw during that last song, she saw some angels around Shelby and like they ushered her into heaven. And Andrea looked at me like, what? Andrea apparently had a very, very similar vision during that last song as well.
God pierces through the darkness to bring redemption, healing, meaning, and hope. John in John 1 says, the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it.
After she heard that, I saw another shift. Where I saw her be afraid of her own illness, I started to watch her notice that path that God put in front of her. She went from being afraid of what might come for her to embracing the fact that she didn't want this to happen to anyone else. I am so proud of my wife for how she's engaged this walked a path that no one would ever choose for her. I know her why is still there, especially at night. But I also know that it's not as loud now.
Yeah.